Good morning, everyone. It's Jessie checking in from Val d'Isere. It's Saturday morning here in resort, and after what feels like a never-ending snowfall, things are still very much in full winter mode this morning. At the time of recording, we're around 40 hours into this snow event now, and it's still going strong, with the village absolutely buried and that proper deep winter feel everywhere you look. Looking back at yesterday, it was a full-on winter day from start to finish. Down in the village, temperatures sat between -1 degree and -6 degrees Celsius, and snow fell almost continuously throughout the day. There were periods of heavier snowfall mixed in, and by the evening the village had built up to just over 1 metre of snow on the ground. Winds in town were generally light to moderate, but there were a few moments when stronger gusts pushed through, especially later in the day. Up on the Pisaillas Glacier, conditions were far more severe. Temperatures stayed bitterly cold, mostly between -12 and -15 degrees Celsius. Strong winds dominated the upper mountain, often blowing between 40 and 70 kilometers per hour, with some very powerful gusts well over 100 kilometers per hour. Snowfall continued, and combined with the wind, it led to poor visibility and significant snow transport into exposed areas. Looking ahead to the rest of today around the village, it's staying firmly grey and snowy. Cloud cover is total, the sun won't make an appearance at all, and snowfall remains very likely throughout the day. Temperatures in town are expected to peak at around -7 degrees Celsius. Winds will generally be a gentle breeze from the northwest, but gusts could still push up towards 75 kilometers per hour at times, especially during heavier snow showers. Up on Bellevarde, conditions are tougher again. It stays fully cloudy and snowy all day, with a significant snowfall expected, potentially 20 to 30 centimetres over the course of Saturday. Temperatures up top will struggle to get warmer than around -10 degrees Celsius. Winds are more exposed here, with a moderate breeze overnight turning into a fresh breeze during the day, and gusts reaching close to 70 kilometers per hour. Visibility will be very limited at times, especially during the heaviest snowfall. An important update from the peace teams again today. This morning, avalanche control operations are taking place again across all areas of the resort. Please follow all safety instructions very carefully, as the avalanche risk remains high at 4 out of 5. Lift and area openings will depend entirely on feedback from the teams working on the ground, so expect things to evolve as the day goes on. As a reminder, downloading the Val d'Isere ski app is a really good idea right now. It gives you live updates on lift openings and closures, and also sends important notifications, including road closures like the one we saw yesterday to Fournet. And it really cannot be said enough, if you come across closed runs while you're out skiing, please respect the closures. They are there for very real safety reasons. With an avalanche risk of 4 out of 5, poor decisions can have serious consequences, and there may not be any second chances. Here's a simplified, translated summary of the official bulletin d'estimation du risque d'avalanche issued by Météo France for the Vanoise massif, valid for Saturday, the 10th of January. The avalanche risk is rated strong, level 4 out of 5. Ongoing snowfall from low altitude upwards means the risk of triggering avalanches on skis is extremely high. Numerous slab avalanches are expected across all aspects, and these slabs are very easy to trigger, especially on slopes steeper than 30 degrees. Remote triggering is possible, even from flatter terrain. Large accumulations of fresh snow are present, with wind continuing to transport snow into loaded areas, particularly under northwesterly winds. Avalanche fractures could reach up to 1.5 meters in depth, leading to medium to large avalanches, and in very rare cases, exceptionally large avalanches cannot be ruled out in northern sectors. Off-piste travel is strongly discouraged. If you plan any mountain activity outside marked and open pistes, you must consult the full official report using the link in the video description. If you're planning to explore the mountains this season, remember, off-piste skiing is dangerous. Always take a qualified guide and never go off-piste without a transceiver, shovel and probe. And most importantly, know how to use them, and practice regularly. On a lighter note this evening, B-Bar is hosting something a little different. Ignoble de Savoir lands tonight with Hans Le Balourd on the decks. Expect house, electro and bass, a dark atmosphere, heavy lows, and a tongue-in-cheek tasting session for the ears. That's it for today's update. Stay safe out there, enjoy the fresh snow sensibly, and if you spot any events, live music, or good places worth sharing, drop them in the comments. I'll see you again tomorrow.
For further information, piste reports, and events sponsored by Val d'Isère Tourism, please go to radiovaldisere.com, the local radio station with the most up-to-date information. Forecast information provided by meteoblue.com, infoclimat.fr and meteofrance.fr. Conditions in the Alps can change quickly, so always check before heading out. Webcam pictures courtesy of the official Val d'Isère website valdisere.com.